And as you can see that whatever little decimations that we faced over the past 2 days have all but overcome us. Aajao bhai, we are there. We are right here with you guys.
Yes.
Are we though?
Yeah, it seems to be. We are live. We are live.
Indeed we are. All right.
Funny
Okay.
legend. Hi.
Hello,
Ho
funny
gaya kya?
legend. We have a new...
Yes.
Funny legend.
Yeah. Raising my bat to you guys. Everybody.
For...
Don't drop
We
it
have
in
to, from all of us, you have to celebrate a half century today, man. It's the 50th game of IPL 2022. Indeed. 50.
Shane, are you trying to find something to throw at him?
I
No,
know.
I'm finding an escape route.
Look, it began on March 26th and now it's May 5. 50 games of IPL. And it's only becoming better and better because we still don't have who's going to be the first team to make it to the playoffs. And this game is going to be massive in more ways than because it will totally flip number 3 to number 7. Who's
Yeah.
going to be in that position?
But we know who you are supporting today.
Same group. Wink.
That's
That
why he's
is-
wearing the orange t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yep. No, and because
No, but it's a big game.
But I will be. I was coming to that. I'm quite scared for Sunrisers today because it's David Warner
First time he's going to be playing against them.
them, and on top of that, he didn't leave Sunrisers Hyderabad on
On
a
the
pretty
best
good
of
note.
terms, yeah,
Yes. Left out of the 11 at the middle of the IPL. Towards the end of the IPL, left out totally out of the 15. It was
sitting in the stands and waving
Yep.
the flags.
very sad sight, India, and I think Sunrisers did not treat one of your ultimate legends of Sunrisers Hyderabad
Arguably,
well.
your ultimate legend led you to a title when they were not favourites.
Yes.
Batted out of his skin 99% of the time for that side.
Yeah.
Even if they had to have a departure, could have been done better.
Six, if I may say, in 6 seasons, 500 plus totals from 2013 onwards till 2021. That showed the impact of the man. And yes, and if you've seen the trend, players who have played against their ex-team have really hurt them big time. Kuldeep Yadav is a
Kuldeep
prime
Yadav.
Kuldeep Yadav, Rahul Tripathi.
By the way, Kuldeep Yadav has been the most important player for Delhi Capitals because all the 4 games that they have won, he was the man of the match.
True.
Yep.
Ricky Patel, to answer your question, Nikhil will be joining us soon. As for Rahul, sir, well, to use the football terminology, he was on loan.
Loan to us.
He's
yes.
back now with Sports Tuck.
Yeah,
and
he was a
he's-
free agent, basically.
Not free agent.
Not
but
free
that's
agent.
a WWE.
On loan,
Yeah.
on loan.
On
So,
loan, yes.
Jigar Banker won 100 loading. Arey, yaar,
He's jinxed it.
Why?
But he,
Incoming loading.
Yep, he will make a mark. He'll be desperate to make a mark because whenever Warner fires, Delhi Capitals always do well.
And you bear in mind that before this match, he attended the pre-match press conference. He called on the top order to do, to
Yes.
score bigger, and that includes himself. So we know for a fact that Warner's the type who leads by example.
Okay,
always has been.
so before we get into the dynamics of this match, let us see what is the points table situation.
Because
Sunrisers Hyderabad are currently in 3rd position. Okay, or they are in 4th because RCB jumped. them. RCB
they're in fifth.
they're in 5th. Okay.
But that net run rate, very good.
Plus 0.471. Delhi Capitals
Even
are
better
in
than
7th with plus 0.587, which is the best among the
Lot.
entire table.
So if Delhi win tonight, they'll go above Sunrisers.
Yes, to 5th
Yeah.
position. But if Sunrisers Hyderabad win, they'll go to 3rd position.
Yeah.
Because
So this is, big like movers and shakers are going to be it's going to be happening. It's all going to be happening
Yep.
because and you have to also key thing worth remembering. Royal Challengers right now have 12, but 11 games. Delhi Capitals even after today will have played one less game than
yes. So tomorrow we will GT versus Mumbai, which is tomorrow. Every team then will have played 10 or more games.
Yeah.
So the playoff scenarios for the top 4 will be a little bit more crystallized because what threw the entire equation awry? Punjab's win against Gujarat Titans.
Yes.
That ensured that no team yet has sealed qualification.
True.
And because of that result, 18 now is your established benchmark for qualification.
Also, Gujarat, mind you, they have 16 points, and I'm sure they'll seal qualification. But if they have that little mini slump now,
Oh.
it will not only be shaky moments for them, but if they manage to even qualify after that, it'll be good for them.
Yes.
You don't want a slump of form coming in the knockouts.
Yep. And
You don't want that.
remember, if Sunrisers lose today,
No, but I am saying if that cost them a top 2 place, then it's going to be a problem, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because then
Irrespective
you need
of the slump, whenever it comes, you still want to finish in the top
first
2.
or second. True.
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya was anyway saying, no, we are dreading that moment when we have one lean patch. One praise that lean patch does not come now.
Yeah,
I
bad
hope
time
GT
for
don't
it.
have an RCB moment because RCB at this stage always stutter. But that win against Chennai Super Kings has really boosted their confidence.
And that loss against Punjab for Gujarat was very demoralizing.
Yep.
Not only did the batting just get bundled out, you then have the economy of suffering 117 meter 6 and the
Yeah.
match finishing when way before the 20th over.
Because
Not
Gujarat
ideal.
Titans, heading into that Punjab Kings match, their net run rate was plus 0.4.
Now
It's
it's
now
just
dipped to
0.1.
0.158. That
Yeah.
was a really big loss. And Punjab, on the other hand, look where they shot up. Minus 0.5, but
now
they've come to minus
0.2.
0.2.
Couple of good wins and they're suddenly back with a positive net run rate.
Yep, but Punjab, as they say, no, they always put themselves in this situation,
And then we'll end up losing.
end up losing the
No,
playoffs.
Delhi have lost 5, but their net run rate is still the best of the lot.
Close losses, no? That's
Yeah.
key. They always say to try and avoid big
No,
losses.
also they defeated Punjab only, right, with a
by
big
massive
margin.
margin.
Exactly, that's the other thing. They've not lost by massive margins, and when they've won,
Yep.
it's been by good margins. That's
Yes.
very key when it comes to net run rate.
So, guys, as far as the points table and the playoff scenario is confirmed, no team has yet sealed their spot in the
But
playoffs.
who's going to be the Real Madrid to make a comeback?
Yeah.
There's so many teams who can do it, because I think barring, of course, Chennai and Mumbai, every team right up there still has a mathematical chance.
Mathematical chance even Chennai have, but it is 0.00001.
Because
Because
they need
for
14
that,
points.
what they need to do, okay, I'll just tell the situation. Delhi Capitals have to beat Sunrisers. Okay, Mumbai
I guess
have
we know
to
who
beat.
he's supporting then.
Mumbai will have to beat GT. Because then GT remain on 16, Mumbai will then make it to 4. Whoever are at the bottom now, they have to start winning. And if you have to
It
look
does
at
happen, this
Mumbai
point,
have to beat KKR.
this point of the IPL is what I dub silly season.
Yes.
Because you have the most unexpected results. You'd say,
Yeah.
going by form, Gujarat should be thrashing Punjab.
Yes.
Exact opposite happens.
The only way Chennai can get eliminated without even any mathematical calculations, even the faintest, if they lose their next game. If they lose their next game, they
That's it.
cannot qualify.
Then even the whatever little mathematical
Yes.
chances there is pretty much gone.
Yep.
Look at him still,
yeah,
harboring hopes of
Yeah.
a
I mean, come
Chennai,
on. If you
Chennai
could
team
predict,
qualifying.
if you could predict Mumbai Indians trying to qualify in this position, there were so many permutations and combinations.
Mumbai are out, man. Who
They are out. But then before that,
Before that
loss,
one loss, actually people were still saying that they had a very 0.000001%
Yes.
chance.
But the
Mumbai and Chennai are not qualifying. We
Yeah,
know
that-
that.
that's
they are
what
not
I also
qualifying. But
agree.
till Chennai, everybody has a very faint mathematical qualification. But the ones who are really into the mix,
Yeah.
hardcore, are Royal Challengers Bangalore, Sunrisers Hyderabad, Punjab Kings, Delhi Capitals, Kolkata Knight Riders. That's
Yeah.
it. These four are teams are in the thick of the action.
And see, today's game is one of those games I have no idea who the hell to support. If I'm seeing it from a KKR fan perspective, I really can't tell you who to
I
support.
know. I'm
because
supporting
whoever,
Delhi tonight.
Huh?
I'm supporting Delhi tonight.
I mean, you see, ideally, if you say, yeah, if Delhi win, great for them. But I always say, if Sunrisers lose, then again, that 10 points is, I have no idea.
Yes.
I just hope and pray that whoever loses by a big margin.
See,
It will be a very big
heading
margin.
into this match,
Do it,
that
a
net run
KKR
rate.
fan
Knock that net run rate.
coming to the fore and saying,
Yeah,
whoever
but
loses,
for
lose by a
KKR,
big margin.
a Sunrisers loss will be much more important.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking actually.
Yes.
Because the net run rate of theirs is slightly worse.
Slightly worse.
Can potentially skew
Anyway,
closer to
see,
negative.
heading into this match, RR Rajasthan Royals lost 2. Oh, so they made lot of changes today. Sunrisers.
That's a big
Sean
shock,
Abbott,
eh?
Shreyas Gopal, and Karthik
Oh,
Tyagi.
that's Dave.
I actually thought
They've panicked.
Jagdisha Suchit might play, but
They've panicked.
okay, so I think Marco Jansen won't be playing.
Won't be playing.
Okay,
They've panicked.
and I'm not sure. who
Washington
was the-
Sundar is out probably.
No, Sundar Shreyas Gopal, that understood.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Karthik-
Sean Abbott will be coming for Marco Jansen most
Yeah.
probably.
Karthik Tyagi
I'm
or
saying
Umran?
Karthik Tyagi, who have they
Have they rested Umran?
No, I'm saying have they rested Umran or have they decided that they're gonna let go of like somebody like a Shashank Singh and play an extra bowler?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
that could
maybe.
also be possible because
And
you never
Prithvi
know.
Shaw is not available for tonight's match.
Oh,
Oi.
so who's going to come in that? If Prithvi Shaw is not available, then one half of the potent Delhi opening combination is out. So Shaw, and remember, they are playing the game in Brabant. Delhi are undefeated in Brabant in IPL 2022. So.
But I think even Sunrisers have won most of the games here. 2 out of 3 or something.
Yeah.
Who comes in for Prithvi Shaw then? What is the
Can
combination?
you just see the Delhi
Yeah,
squad?
can we see the
then?
Delhi squad? Just
No,
go
but
up.
they
Up,
have
up.
they have a few batsmen.
Yes.
Yep.
See, KS Bharat can also
Yeah,
play.
Bharat would be the most likely option.
I'm saying KS Bharat can also play. There's Sarfraz Khan, there's Yash Dhul.
Yash
maybe,
Dhul?
Maybe you never know, they can try Mandeep also. He's opened
Mandeep,
innings in the past.
Mandeep Singh, yes.
Mandeep.
Mandeep anyway did play in the first couple of games for
He did,
Delhi.
he
right?
did,
Yeah, did
because
not
they had
do well.
an
Didn't do
absolute
well, yeah.
paucity of foreign players at that point.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mandeep, maybe Yash Dhul, or maybe KS Bharat. Those might be the
I
three.
think KS Bharat for
Bharat
me.
would be the safest choice.
Yes. Because
Let's
remember in one of the games, for RCB if I'm not mistaken, he hit 72. I think last ball 6 of Avesh Khan.
Yeah, and that was against DC only. funnily
DC,
enough.
yes. But we don't know if there are any other changes because
Look, I have to call it now. I think Sunrisers are panicking. They're panicking.
either Umran has been laid low with an injury and that's why Karthik is coming in. Or
We'll
maybe
have to wait for the
Bhuvneshwar.
Yeah, wait and
captain's comments at the toss because seriously 3 changes.
At this point, ish.
No, Karthik Tyagi would have thought that they could have brought him in
Yeah.
earlier, you remember?
Yep.
But then suddenly, I'm
So
not sure who
if
they have dropped.
we have to say if Shashank Singh is out, so
No, but not
Bhuvnesh-
sure whether Shashank Singh is
Let's
out.
just assume.
No, I saw Bhuvi bowl, so I thought he's playing for
Bhuvneshwar
sure.
will play definitely.
Okay, now Trajan also should play, Umran
Yeah.
should play.
Unless one of them picked up a knock, Natarajan
Or one
is
of
a
them
bit
needs
injury
rest,
prone.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Sean
fine.
Abbott in for, so they're playing with 6 pacers if you have to look at it. Bhuvi, Abbott, Natarajan, Umran.
See, we don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Umran or one of Umran or Natarajan could be rested. That's my.
Yeah, I think they're not playing with
They're
6
not going to
pacers.
be
come on.
six
Yeah.
pacers. No, not a
See,
chance.
Shreyas Gopal looking at.
See, he's the direct like right foot. In fact, if you ask me,
first time they're playing the leg spinner.
No,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I thought that because Jagdisha Suchit played really well
Yeah.
in the games he played, I'm actually a little surprised because I thought Suchit will get a game again.
Yeah.
But again,
And
who knows
And remember,
what's going on?
one of
what's
your
the
retained
thinking.
players still doesn't feature. Abdul Samad still doesn't
Samad,
feature
yeah, I think
after
his
those
season
couple
is
of
done.
games.
Samad, see, the problem is if you are playing Samad, then you'd rather play Shashank Singh because he's gone out and done the
better
job
than
for
Samad
you.
so far.
By the
Okay,
way,
we are hearing that
Natarajan
Natarajan
is
is injured. Oh.
There's your answer.
And perhaps
And-
Mustafizur could be benched also.
Wait, so Washington Sundar injured, yes.
Yeah.
Mustafizur, one
injured,
game
okay.
you are benching him, he took 3 wickets the game before
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing. I think that's again panic.
So, are we going to say
You're trying
Ngidi?
going for pace. No, not Ngidi. Then maybe Nokia is playing.
Nokia is
Oh my
more
goodness,
likely.
Nokia. Very, very dodgy.
Because he is that one game he played did not look fit.
Yeah.
Bowled a couple of beamers.
Yep. Yep.
Not a good
Yep.
one at all.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so we were talking about must-win game, this, that. This has thrown a whole spanner in the works because now it's about ticking to. We thought, okay, these teams are fairly
So
much
many
set.
changes.
So many changes.
In my fantasy
Guys,
team
better
also.
make your team on fantasy. We have already told you there are 3
On
changes.
Gamezy.
On Gamezy, please make it because
No, I'll do it after the toss because
We don't
clearly
know
so many
what
changes.
combinations are going to be
Yep.
there now. I mean,
remember after the toss, don't forget.
wait. They actually, I think they made a mistake by writing Mustafiz. Jansen is what they meant
Yeah.
to say. Jansen makes.
Sean Abbott, if he's
Yeah.
playing, then
has to be
Jansen has
Jansen.
to be
Yeah.
benched.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, guys, after the toss, do make your fantasy team on Gamezy. You will stand to win 5 crores and don't tell us we didn't remind you. Because there will be a lot of changes. Even at Delhi camp, remember, Prithvi Shaw is not there. So, don't pick Prithvi Shaw in your fantasy Gamezy 11.
That's
So,
a-
maybe, as you said, 3 options. Maybe KS Bharat, maybe
We'll see
Mandeep.
who they bring. I think KS is the safest choice, but again, we never really know.
Yep.
Who knows what's going on
We'll
in
know-
Ricky,
we'll know in
Ricky
what-
Ponting's mind.
We'll know in a couple of minutes time
Yep.
what changes they've made.
Karthik Tyagi. Well,
Finally gets a game, you
yes.
can say.
And under 19 2018 batch.
Then-
No, 2020.
2020
batch.
yeah, after
and
that.
remember, in one of the games in 2021, he defended 8 runs of the final over
That was for Rajasthan Royals.
against
Yes.
Rajasthan Royals.
Not
And
against, I think
For-
he's playing for
for
Rajasthan.
he against Punjab Kings.
I don't remember against who it was.
Against who I also
Yeah.
don't remember, but he
Remember,
defended.
heading into that game.
No, I
the-
know that it was that game only, na, where Makram and this guy Puran did not finish it off.
I don't
it
remember.
could have
yeah,
been that
maybe
game.
for Punjab Kings. Yes. yes.
I'm personally very interested in seeing Shreyas Gopal because
Yeah.
I've always liked him as a player. I think, and remember that one season where he got Kohli and De Villiers in both
games. He's done it twice in 2019 and 2020. But no new caps have been hidden. So I think Mandeep is playing.
Let us see.
Yeah, because no new caps. No, if Yash Dul or KS Bharat would have come, then maybe they would have given a new cap.
Right. No. Yes. Yeah, so most likely Mandeep
is playing.
Plus Mandeep is an opener. So
yep,
replacement.
No, could be Sarfaraz also. Who knows?
Sarfaraz in and Mandeep at 3. That might be the only combination then.
Sarfaraz
opening. Sarfaraz opening.
So why would they have Mandeep at 3 then?
Exactly.
Then there only one change, na? If Prithvi Shaw is
Sarfaraz
not
already
playing.
in the 11. So
yeah, Sarfaraz. I don't know.
I think
Sarfaraz was not in the 11, na? So I'm saying they might bring in Sarfaraz or Mandeep.
Yes,
Mandeep,
correct.
So
we'll see now.
No new caps in the Delhi camp.
Yeah, I don't think it's KS Bharat. Then.
Yeah, or Yash Dul. Yes. So Jansen benched.
I think
And Sunrisers.
He's going to bowl first for sure.
Bowl.
He'll 100%
How many tosses had Kane Williamson won?
8 out of 8.
Last game he lost it.
8 out of.
Last game he lost the toss.
It was one rare time he lost the toss.
9 misses.
There we go.
8 out of 9. So
they're 100% going to bowl. There we go.
Yeah, Sunrisers chose to bowl. So 46-4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 times teams have chosen to bat and 46 teams have chosen to bowl. So yes,
that team composition is what I'm really waiting to see for both sides now, because suddenly out of nowhere, 2 very settled teams are going to be, like, in some cases they're choosing to make changes, and in some cases they've been forced to make changes. So wow.
Yep. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. Jansen, I think, might be a big blow for them considering that left arm option. But yes, he has struggled in the last couple of games.
Yeah,
so.
but again, fine. You back your player, at least give it.
No, but I
think he's injured.
No, if he's not injured, then it's surprising because yes, he went for a few runs in the last 2 games. His confidence might be shaky, especially after the number of runs he gave away in the last game.
Yeah. And Sean Abbott, yes, he's the Sydney Sixers legend, one of the leading bowlers in the Big Bash League.
Not leading, he is the leading bowler.
He is the leading, but he's not had a great time in the IPL.
And I think that's true
especially for RCB, he played 1 game and got tonked.
But that's true for a lot of BBL top bowlers.
Sean Abbott, by the way, is a handy batter also.
Yeah. He can also tonk.
Also, he's been playing for Australia now. He's once again been drafted into the side.
I think he did play in the series in Pakistan, I guess, if I'm not mistaken.
He played.
Yep, he did. So, I'll be interesting to see what Kane Williamson says about what is his team composition.
But Sean Abbott is somebody who bowls at the death for Sydney Sixers.
Yes.
So many times. So maybe that's what they are looking at. Because if Natarajan also is not there, who will partner Bhuvi?
Yep. Because Jansen
has gone for runs.
Yep. Especially in that game against GT.
Plus Jansen was more effective with the new ball.
Like
they would bowl him three overs in the power play most of the times.
Because remember, Sunrisers are coming off 2 consecutive losses. Delhi lost their last game against Lucknow Super Giants by 6 runs.
Before that they won.
Yeah?
Before that they won.
Yes, so one very inconsistent. One lost. WLW heading into this.
It's
WL.
It's LWL.
LWL.
Very mixed form for the Capitals.
And LL for Sunrisers. So that's.
After it was 5 Ws for them.
I know. After losing 2 in the beginning, 5 consecutive, then 2 again. So very, very inconsistent in that sense. Oh boy, I think they're taking a lot of time to upgrade the teams. So I think we can see it in this, but Sarfaraz looks like it. And
who knows? We are also waiting.
I hope Mustafiz is not benched because
I don't think Mustafiz will.
That was a typo. I don't think Mustafiz will be benched. It makes no sense to bench.
Yeah, wait, Shivam, let's just show that. I think there was an update. Just show that. No updates. Okay.
Nothing.
Okay,
Mandeep is playing.
Mandeep as predicted.
So Warner, Mandeep, Mitchell, Rishabh.
Oh, there's no Akshar. There is no Mustafizur.
Oh, Ripple Patel.
Oh, is it?
Ripple played one of the games.
No, Akshar is also injured or what?
Very interesting.
And by the way, Sakaria is also not there. Khalil has come back.
Khalil is back and
no Mustafiz and not here.
So
3
they have also panicked.
Yeah. See, okay, Shaw missing out, you understand. I think if we were getting to know that, so probably an injury.
Yeah.
But the other
so
two,
in place of Shaw, Mandeep Singh, But did Ripple play a game? I think
No,
he
no.
played.
Ripple is playing his first game for DC right
Okay,
So they
because
didn't give him a cap.
why didn't they
Very
give him a
weird.
cap then? Maybe or they missed that. So
Yeah, if any one of you guys know if Ripple's played, just let us know in the comments because
now. No, he might have played before for some franchise. I'm not
no,
sure.
some franchise is different. If you're making your debut
Delhi-
for that franchise, you're
okay,
given a gap.
so in the Sunrisers team, Abhishek Sharma, Kane Williamson, Rahul Tripathi, Aiden Markram, Nicholas Puran, Shashank
there's no
Singh,
Nattu.
Sean Abbott, yes, Shreyas Gopal in place of Washi, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Karthik Tyagi in place of T. Natarajan and Umran Malik. So
Wow, so many changes.
Umran, Karthik, Bhuvneshwar, Sean Abbott, 4
So many
places,
changes.
yes. Lots of
Insane
changes.
number of
Lots
changes for both sides.
Both
Both
teams
sides.
have made 3 changes each.
You know what I was telling in the Hindi show which I was doing earlier?
Yeah.
I was saying, one great thing about Sunrisers is that they know they're playing 11.
I think one is an injury problem. Natarajan,
Natarajan.
we're hearing, is
Yes,
injured.
Natarajan is injured.
And
No, but they've dropped Jansen.
and got an Abbott, Sean Abbott.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
And
Sundar
Shreyas
was also forced because
Washington-
Sundar-
Washington
No,
out
but I
Shreyas
thought
Gopal.
Jagdisha Suchit was bowling well, right?
Yeah.
In those games. So they've gotten Shreyas Gopal now.
Yep, the leg spinner.
No, maybe it's a matchup leg spinner with someone. I don't
Maybe,
know. Sometimes
Yeah.
they.
And in the Delhi team, no Prithvi Shaw.
There are
so
4
Mandeep
changes,
Singh.
by the way, for Delhi. There is no Prithvi Shaw.
We
There is
also
no
heard.
Akshar Patel. There is no Mustafizur Rahman. There is no Chetan Sakaria. Khaldeep is back.
Khalil
Nortje
Ahmed,
is playing.
Nortje and Ripple Patel.
Khaldeep. My mind is
Kulchad, we have Kaldeep.
Khalil plus Mandeep. It became Khaldeep. So Mandeep is there playing. He'll be the opener along with David Warner. Nortje is playing in place of Mustafizur. Ripple Patel is playing in place of Akshar Patel,
Akshar Patel.
and then Khalil is back in for Chetan
Chetan
Sakaria.
I'm actually shocked at Delhi Capitals changes.
Yeah.
No, Akshar
because
might not be fit. I think that is the
that-
only reason.
then
why.
we- then
We
it is
know.
understandable.
Then it
we
is-
know we'd heard before.
Prithvi and I guess Akshar both are not fit because
Yeah, Prithvi is also. But that's a big loss for Delhi. No Prithvi.
Yeah.
Because the Warner Shaw duo were the ones propelling Delhi in most of the games. If one failed, the other at least carried on. But now if Warner fails, the entire top order looks shaky.
So Sunrisers changes actually are not that worrying if you look at it. Shivam, if you can show the teams also to our lovely viewers.
Primarily in the bowling there have been changes. The batting remains
Yeah,
the
but
same.
I'm saying, okay, Shreyas coming in for Suchit, while Suchit bowled well, is not a major
Yeah.
thing that you'd be worried about. Sean Abbott coming in is a bit surprising for me, for Marco
But
Jansen.
Abbott again,
Karthik,
unknown quantity in the BBL.
Karthik Tyagi
yeah,
finally.
Karthik Tyagi finally.
Finally.
I was just saying this very
Yes.
second.
That too an injury for Natarajan paved the way for him.
yeah. No, but you couldn't drop Natarajan
Yeah.
after the start he
So
had.
the thing is, I think Abbott, there's 2 reasons. One, with Natarajan not there, they don't have a death bowler suddenly. Abbott does bowl at the death. So that's maybe one
Yeah.
reason. Plus, Jansen went for runs at the death. Lots of runs.
That game against GT, I think, shattered.
But that was
his
the only bad game.
Yeah.
No, but Delhi's bowling now looks weak to me.
it
Yeah.
does.
I think Khalil, yes, he's back from an injury. Nortje, I'm not too sure how he's going to be
Rusty.
bowling.
Nortje, I don't
Thakur
know.
has
Okay.
not.
No, I'm saying Thakur, then Ripple Patel, Lalit Yadav, you'll have to get 8 overs out of them.
Yep.
Suddenly, that looks very shaky.
So that-
Besides the Kuldeep, of course.
Because Kuldeep will bowl 4, Khalil will bowl 4, Nortje will bowl 4. Apart from that, Shardul should bowl 4, but he's gone for a few runs and
Quite a
certain
few
times
runs.
they've only
Yeah.
given him 3 overs.
Will
So
they
then those 4 overs, the remaining 4 overs, you'll have to get somebody like Lalit Yadav and Ripple
Ripple
Patel
Patel
to
potentially.
Will they want
complete
to?
them.
Will they bowl Mitchell Marsh today?
Could be.
Ooh.
Because Mitchell Marsh is your bowling all-rounder in that team, but
he's barely
Marsh
got
has
to
not
bowl.
bowled at all ever since the.
See, to be fair, he came back to the team after a long injury layoff,
Yep.
then got COVID. So I think I don't think they want to rush up because they have no bowling options anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, maybe today might just be that day.
Yeah.
What I find really surprising is Rishabh Pant saying, we are happy to bat first. Nothing much changes for us, and we have 4 changes.
Maybe he means
Nothing much change. No,
changes for
I
us in
think he's
terms of
talking
batting or
about
bowling.
No. I think he is talking about winning all the games or something on those lines. Maybe.
Maybe he's saying the toss
Maybe
doesn't matter.
nothing
Again,
changes for us. We
gamesmanship.
have to go out there and do our best and win it.
But these changes now make the result and predictions very, very uncertain because I was interested in a subplot Warner versus Sunrisers.
Which is still there.
Yeah, but I don't know. Now he's got no Shaw support.
But how many
so-
fantasy changes I'm making in my game? I'm making 4 changes. 4 guys I who had picked. Who I thought would be playing.
today the
not
amount
there.
of changes that are there Sid's fantasy video, you also wouldn't have predicted so much. no?
Nobody could have because
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
see,
See,
some of them are
Natarajan
injuries.
expected to play. Players like Prithvi Shaw, would play.
Yep.
And for me, logically, if Suchit came in as a replacement was Sundar earlier and did rather well, I thought they're going to make the change again, maybe,
Yep.
but clearly not. And Marco Jansen, I'm actually surprised they have actually sort of gone with the hasty decision for me. 2 games that guy hasn't, got you wickets, and then suddenly you move him out of the side. Boss, he won you the game before that. Your last victory, you owe it to Marco Jansen.
Yep.
No, that is what is scary.
Then they would say that their last
That is the only thing that's scary. So, but good that both teams have changes. So it's even Stevens at least on that front.
What do you make of Mustafizur not being there? Isn't it surprising?
Very surprising. I think
Yes,
he's
last game not very effective. I get it. Before that, he took 3 wickets.
I think he's been your best overseas bowler in the Delhi
Yeah,
Capitals
he has been.
lineup.
Like Jigar Banker is pointing out, Fizz is better than Nokia. No sense in benching him. That's absolutely.
I think Redacted Shetty's response sums it up. No K is in, wow. None of us scored.
Or does he mean wow as in wow? He's looking forward to seeing
Let us
Nokia.
know.
Because again, if you love cricket, you'd love to see a real, genuinely quick fast bowler like Nokia bowling.
but-
He was injured, so was out. Played that one game, was
Looked
totally
bad,
off color.
yes.
So we'll have to see how he goes this time. But that
Normally,
changed.
I would have expected teams that don't qualify, barring injuries, I'm just saying, the teams that don't qualify, they make wholesale changes. But here, 4-3 changes for 2 teams who are right in the middle of the qualifying slump.
See, some of them at least you can say are down to injuries, but the other ones seem a little panicky. Like they want a quick solution, a quick fix to something that was troubling them, or what they thought was troubling them, which is never a good sign. So,
Yeah, I know. But
Ayan Sharma is saying is today the best chance for Warner to show SRH what they lost.
biggest subplot of the match for me.
if we have a look at all the players, ex-players who played against their team, all have actually hurt them. Kuldeep
Rahul
hurt them
Tripathi.
twice, Rahul Tripathi also, and Warner today, he might do it.
But the one battle to watch out for is Bhuvi against Warner.
Warner,
I was just
yes.
reading that he's got the wood over Warner, tends to bowl well against him.
Yep.
Today, no support for Warner from the other end in terms of that explosive start that Prithvi Shaw gives him. So we'll have to see if Warner changes his style of batting, because there are occasions that he sometimes takes a bit of time to get going and then catches up on his 150 strike rate a little later. But that is helped by someone like Prithvi who starts only with a bang. With him not around, the kind of approach that he has would be interesting to see that contest.
Yeah, I mean, not here. So now SRH's batting and bowling look much better than Delhi Capitals, if I have to look at it. I give them the edge in this contest.
Yeah. You know, but even if they had played the same teams, you would.
Yeah, if Mustafiz was in that, I would have said, okay, slight, it's 50-50. But now the advantage is totally with Sunrisers.
But yet, Kane Williamson still deciding to bowl first only, and teams are still chasing.
Yep. So
I think he's just comfortable with the template at this point, nothing else.
he's
But
won
you're
8
now
tosses out
beginning
of
to
9.
see. Yeah, I know. But you're beginning to see games where teams batting first are winning.
Obviously, tiring
Yeah.
pitches,
Yeah, but
get whatever out of it you can in the first innings.
or maybe it's just the setup of Sunrisers Hyderabad that they feel comfortable chasing, because they play a bit more conservative cricket. Batting first, sometime as
You
Dhoni
have to
said
cut
yesterday,
Yeah.
that batting first is all about instincts, batting second is about calculation.
Calculation.
Maybe they think that they are better at calculation than batting
Calculations,
with
yeah.
instinct. So maybe that is the thing why Sunrisers are continuing to do that. But I'm actually looking forward to a few changes. Sean Abbott, yes, even though it's a bit surprising, but I want to see him bowl. He's quick. You love to see a
Yeah.
good fast bowler. So you have Nokia at the other end. Karthik Tyagi, in fact, I had picked him in my 11. The season it started, I thought he would start. He didn't quite play.
Yep.
So looking forward to him. But Umran Malik also needs to step up. So 2 contests that I'm watching. Warner versus Bhuvaneshwar.
Yep.
Let's hear you guys. Who do you think has the edge in that? Warner versus Bhuvi at the moment.
I think Bhuvi.
Bhuvi.
Warner.
I'll
is
give
in-
Warner a very
I'll also
slight
give
edge
Warner.
because he's going to be motivated to
Yeah.
stick around and stick it to something.
And it's not that he's in bad form, he's been in good form.
Yes.
He's in great form. I actually told people that you can look at him as your captain because
Captaincy option.
he's playing against his former side.
Yeah.
And he'll be pumped up to go against them.
Yeah, he sure would be. And he's that, see, some people actually buckle under that pressure when you want to prove too much. Warner is that kind of a guy who really likes this. You know, he's that fighter, that sort
that
of an
pitbull
approach he has.
attitude,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Pitbull attitude that he has. So he has that, but I'll also pick Bhuvi just to even the contest out. The other one that I'm looking forward to, the other contest is Umran Malik versus Rishabh Pant in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Because Umran's not going to be bowling at the start. Rishabh comes in the
Yeah,
middle order.
yeah.
That's when Umran bowls. And what I would like to see is that Umran's rattled batsman with pace. Pant is one guy who doesn't get rattled with pace.
Yes.
So you can actually trouble him with good line and length rather than just pace, because if you bowl very quick to him, Pant is the kind of a batsman that can really whack you.
But
out.
in
Yes.
recent seasons, Pant has had a bit of a trend. We've been showing it on the broadcast. This thing that if you bowl short to him, he tends to get trouble because he'll always go for a shot.
Yeah.
Might be timed, might not be well timed, and he'll often hole out. Umran Malik bowling a 150 kmph bouncer. Jeez.
No, but
Good luck, Pant.
that's why I
That's
want
why.
to see that
Yes,
contest.
yes.
And why I want to see is because you're right, Umran at that pace, yes. But what I like about Pant is he's also not going to back off.
Yep.
He will play that shot.
Also-
Unlike
if-
other batsmen.
And on Umran, I think it was against GT, right, where he had 4 people bowled.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
match,
The 5-wicket
they
haul.
they were trying to block his balls which are in the slot or in the Yorker zone. Not getting your bat down. If he
Yeah.
lands one of those, bye bye Pant again.
Yeah, that's the match you're talking about.
Yep.
But he also troubled a lot of them with his short pitch delivery
Yes.
that game.
He
So-
set them up short and then one
And then
skidded
absolutely
through.
just-
No, but after
Miller, classic
But
case of
after
Miller.
that 2 games,
Yeah, he's not succeeded at
Oh,
all.
what happened to your football video? Is that done or is it on?
I think it's on the way. We
Oh, well,
recorded
it's
it.
done and it's so let
Yeah.
people know. There's a football video coming up that Shane and Siddharth have done talking about was it one of the most exciting football games that we've seen in the UEFA Champions League?
Shane and
Entire-
Siddhant.
No, so what did I say?
Siddharth.
Oh,
I did the live.
that happens, yeah. you
Yeah.
know. Siddhant, Sidvi,
Yeah.
and
Sidhen.
I did the live at 3:30 when it
Yes.
broke. So.
Yes, you did, indeed. Let's take a few questions now from our lovely viewers.
A lot of them were wondering what happened to you yesterday.
What happened to me yesterday?
Niggles.
See, one match now at my age, after one match, you need 1 day to recover.
Yes.
So I took 1 day to recover.
Yeah.
I've actually got hit here, which is now beginning to be, because I was wicket keeping is something you don't do, and one of those
Balls.
which is really
Actually,
quick.
from Pushpesh.
Pushpesh, I think.
Yes.
It was quick also.
Yeah,
Bang,
yes.
came and hit me here.
Just
That
really
time your body is warm, so you don't realize. Now it's
I know.
beginning to.
2 days later, then you
Yeah.
feel the aches and pains.
There's a pain. Ouch! When did
But
that happen?
I am making a vlog about that match.
course,
that
of
vlog
course.
is being made, so I'll share that with you guys. It was pretty interesting, our game. And have you told them there's another one coming up?
When is it? We are
Monday, right?
awaiting
Monday or
Monday.
something.
There
Ah,
we go. There's your
Monday.
confirmation.
No, it could be Monday, it could be Saturday also. I'm not sure
Dear
about the
God, let it
exact
not
date.
be Saturday.
But nothing has a good
Might be
question.
Saturday.
Watch out for Swiggy's fastest delivery today. Nokia
yeah.
and Umran both.
Well, that's assuming Nokia gets up to that pace, but yeah, if he
Yeah.
No,
If he
no.
can, if he-
Umran is winning it.
yeah,
Yep.
that's what I think.
because not yet.
I'm sorry to say,
Yeah.
nobody is beating Umran for that fastest delivery of the match
just
competition.
give him the 14 laps.
Yeah. Every game that he's going to play, he's going to win it.
156.5. That's the fastest that Nokia has touched ever in IPL. That
But
was
again,
in
this is a
2020
Nokia who's coming back from
after an injury, 1.5
Yeah.
years. Yes.
a very long injury layoff where they rushed him back.
Yep.
It was clearly off color, and then they said, okay, yeah, you work on your fitness again.
Yes.
सार्थक सहगल is saying आज दिल्ली के वार्नर पंत नोकिया ठाकुर आग लगा देंगे.
आग
मार्श को भूल गए आप?
I know.
कैसे?
Marsh was your best batsman in
In
that
the last
game against
game.
Lucknow Super
I mean, I
Giants.
still can't
Yeah.
believe he didn't review that edge.
Oh,
Edge.
also, I love the fact that both of them counter-attacked. Like you are 13 for 2, then people will be like, oh, they're gonna play it out.
See,
few
I'm
overs.
telling
No,
you.
both of them went all guns blazing at the bowlers. I thought they should have won that
The
game.
epitome of honesty is in the Delhi Capitals camp. Marsh did not review when he didn't edge it. Warner did the same thing in that game against Pakistan, semi-final. There was no edge, but he still walked off. What honesty? I mean, Delhi, salam.
They're too honest.
This is a good question by Vignesh, who says, would Williamson be available for the end part of the IPL if SRH qualifies because of the
Yes.
Test series?
Yes.
I think they'll make some concessions for
No, he will be available.
I think they'll allow players.
Because there is no bio bubble or quarantine in the tour of England. That's clear.
That's-
So 29th, if it happens, the test series begins on 2nd. So he'll miss the tour games, but he'll be available for the test match.
But
Provided
it'll
he's
be
fit.
like,
and to be fair, he's
it'll be
been-
like 29th if by chance SRH reach the final. It'll be like he finishes the game, takes a flight
Yeah,
late in
yeah.
the night only, and then flies.
Yep,
to
it's
England.
happened before.
It has happened before.
And to be fair, Williamson has been playing like a test match cricket anyway, so I don't think catching up will be an issue.
Shots fired. Eh?
Yes. But remember, because New Zealand will need Williamson for that series, because this is part of the World Test Championship.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
previous 2 series against England was not part of the side.
Also, Williamson with his injury and
Elbow,
all making
yeah.
a comeback to Test cricket. That's the
Yep.
place where he sort of
Not just
is the
Williamson, there
best
is also
batsman.
Trent Bolt's availability. If the RR also qualify, because remember, Bolt will also, if they reach the final, he'll also be in doubt.
Let's see who
Saudis,
reaches the final.
Yeah.
Guy, Austin Kuna wants to know, guys, where do you rate 20-year-old Pant's 128 not out against peak SRH bowling in 2018 amongst the
That's his
greatest
highest
knocks
score.
by
That's his
India?
highest score.
Highest score.
Highest score.
I think Pant will score big today. Actually, that bowling lineup, against that bowling lineup, that's a very valid point that he makes, right? Against that bowling lineup, that knock of Pant would be one of the best. Actually, I can't say from the top of my head right now because you'll have to look at a lot of other knocks as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, it will be in contention as one of the best knocks.
Best knocks, yes.
Manikant says, Nikhil sir, why RCB youngsters will go under radar? As in?
I think that they're talking about Mahipal
Patidar
Lomror, like
and,
not many
Lomror.
people are talking about Lomror, Rajat
Suyash
Patidar,
Prabhudesai.
Suyash Prabhudesai.
No,
Prabhudesai
yesterday-
is not playing. Yeah.
Yesterday, they are the ones who got them in the
Absolutely,
game. Yeah.
Yeah, if you discount that DK knock towards the end, which was
Yeah.
quick fire runs, that middle order was saved by those two doing well.
Yeah. Virat Kohli scored 30 runs or 33 balls,
Oh
boss.
my god.
And his innings put more pressure than anything
And
else.
it was a similar dismissal to the same bowler that he's gotten out to at least 7 times.
Yeah.
Across
Yeah, that-
formats. Dip, turn through the gate.
And you know what, again, just talking about Virat Kohli, I thought that after that 50 and we were all saying hopefully he gets into form. Yesterday, for the first time, I thought he looked unsure about every shot he played, barring that 1-6 I think he got over extra cover, that clean shot he hit.
Yep.
Other than that, every shot was like, you know, you can make out from a batsman that one, he knows exactly what he wants to do. What I felt yesterday watching him was that the ball would come, he would react and play it and say, okay, one ball done, let's take a look at the next one. Another done, let's take a look.
Yeah.
And that's not a great sign for a batsman as great as Virat. So that was a worrying
I was
sign.
reading
for
an
me.
article, and basically the headline went like this: it was Virat Kohli's batting right now is the embodiment of a human question mark.
Yeah.
I think that's the
That-
most apt way of describing
Yeah,
it.
exactly what I felt watching him back.
Yeah.
Exactly. For the first time, I thought he wasn't sure of what he's trying to play against what. He was just putting his leg and then reacting to the ball.
It was the
but
same
not
against
sure.
Rajasthan Royals. Remember when he had Bolt bowling to him, he had 2 boundaries, but one was inside
Yeah.
edge.
No, but at
fine
all
leg.
that time, I was thinking that maybe he's, a bit out of form, so he's trying to reach out and, a bit eager and quick to, get into runs and all of that. Yesterday, I just thought that was slightly confused, as in he wasn't sure. I don't know whether it's because of self-doubts that have crept in, but for the first time, I felt wasn't sure. And the other thing that I was saying, I was trying to think what his weaknesses are. With every batsman you point out. So now with Kohli, I mean, there are so
There
many.
is an all-round
No,
weakness.
there
if
is,
you
I'll
have to
tell
look
you.
at it.
But now left arm fast bowlers say, put a left arm fast bowler again.
Off spin now.
Then you say off spinners because off spinner. Then you say leg spinners
spinners.
because leg spinner. So now I'm saying there are too many.
Plus 2
Too
more.
many-
So what? He's
He
only
get-
going to
he's
score runs
getting-
against the right arm pacer then?
Even in the game against RS, he got beaten for pace, stoppage to pull.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
process,
also,
right.
that same weakness outside off. Remember, Kohli even at the start fiddled. Simarjeet Singh had bowled a wide ball, he fiddled. Luckily, it didn't go to slip. So,
Yeah.
that same weakness outside off, plus getting beaten for pace, now off spinner, left arm, leg spinner.
Yeah.
It's an all-round weakness that is creeping
And
in
which is
now.
why I say it's nothing technical at this point.
Yeah. For the
Yep.
first time, I felt like that. But yeah, just Manikant, to answer your question, they're not big players. They will be under radar because of the other players that are around them. But having said that, I think they set them up. DK's knock, yes, and then that spell towards the end, both by Hazelwood and Harshad.
Yeah.
I think that
Both
helped.
of them were bowling really well towards
But
the
at
end.
that stage also 4 overs and they needed some 50 odd run, which is par for course in IPL.
And you had
easily.
Dhoni on the crease.
Yeah,
at that point.
or a
My-
lot of wickets in hand, so
Yeah.
not an issue. And then they picked up those.
I think that Conway wicket changed the game.
Yes.
yeah.
The moment Conway
Totally,
got out,
totally, yeah.
that's it.
And even the Moeen wicket, when he was just about to get going,
Moeen, yes,
he
but-
just chipped a wide ball.
But
from
Conway,
Harshad.
the way he was batting, the way he
Yeah.
had scored his 50 in quick time, I thought he was the key.
Supra Sarkar is saying some people were abusing Ganguly for removal of Kohli from captainship, but this IPL shows he's clearly out of touch in T20, though I believe he should remain Test captain. I think those are two different things. in terms of his captaincy, as you say, even I would have thought that it was best that he continued, but then he decided to give it up for whatever reasons, whether they were outside pressure or not, whether it was pressure from the BCCI or not, whatever be the thing. Just to let you know that any Indian captain who's been there in the past, they've had sometimes easy times when they've got the full support of the board. Sometimes they've got tough times also, where there have been people, whether from within the team or outside the BCCI. That's why they say that being an Indian captain is not just about taking decisions on the field, but it's also about managing a lot of things. But I would have liked to have seen, and I've said it earlier, I would have liked to have seen Kohli deal with it. I know it wasn't the best time. See, you got to also see there was a time where Kohli got all the support from the BCCI when the administrators were there, the committee of administrators. When they were there, he got all the support. When he wanted the coach, not him actually, the team wanted the coach change, they got it done for him. Whatever they demanded was done for them. Then he reached a situation where he was maybe facing some sort of opposition, or there was some friction from within the BCCI. But you had to wait for that thing to tide over and not given up the reins of the test captaincy for sure, at least. White ball cricket is another thing.
No, but he's unsure even with the fact that you see with his running. I think so yesterday, Faf's wicket and Glenn Maxwell's wicket were all his doing.
So Glenn Maxwell's the
yeah,
wicket.
Faf took risk.
So the
but Glenn Maxwell, I think could have been just like a decision. Okay, you ran for
split
it.
second.
Not,
And see, this was the fourth time that Kohli's been
Maxwell is
involved in a
also
run out in
very-
IPL 2020.
that's what I'm
Fourth time. Two on himself, and 2 times he's not his partner. And that's the joint most. And when did that happen? It was before peak Kohli in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everywhere the weaknesses are creeping in. So I don't know.
That's why I keep saying.
It's really worrying.
So that's what Karthik M is also pointing out. He's saying, Nikhil sir, to be honest, Virat is not sure since Sri Lanka Test series. He's not even sure about running, and so as you're pointing out. If I think that is why I go back to that captaincy thing. I think there are some sort of self-doubts that may have crept into someone like Virat Kohli's head. He's a great batsman, no doubt. Already, even if he was to retire tomorrow, he'll still be one of the finest batsmen that India has produced. But there is, and it's not to say that these situations haven't come for players earlier as well. They've all gone through it. I think he's a tough cookie. He needs to, whichever way he finds out. But I think at the moment it's not about technique. It's not about so many things, because he's overcome all of that. It is just self-doubt, because yesterday watching him very closely, I did feel he's not sure. And maybe from Sri Lanka series, as Karthik M is saying, a lot of fans might feel that he's just not sure where he is at the moment. Sarthak is extending that. He's saying, has COVID got something on Fab 4? Williamson, Smith, Kohli all out of touch in T20 and all.
I think Root was the only one who maybe had
Test
hundreds in tests.
Yeah.
But even there,
runs.
like him, his captaincy ended up reaching such a zenith that they had to drop him as a captain. So
You have meant a Nadir.
Nadir, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Because
Zenith would be the
is
top.
like-
Yeah. My
the
bad.
reverse Zenith, you can say. Yeah, one win in the last 1 year
Yeah.
for Root in captaincy.
17 test, 1 win.
One win.
Yeah. So Pradeep Srivalsan is saying, time to address the elephant in the room. Virat Kohli passed his due date. Time to look for a replacement. In current form, it is inevitably going to happen. Selectors should drop him. You know what I've actually now seen? Earlier, public sympathy still was there. Now beginning to see it's kind of shifting towards more and more people saying that maybe you need to replace him. But we've answered this before. We did a debate also. You can check that out. But I'm not going to change my view from that. I think this T20 World Cup is too close to make those kind of changes. Probably after that, I guess.
Yes, 2022, because there'll be substantial changes in the Indian team after 2022 and 2023.
I think T20 World Cup you'll get a fair idea about
Yeah,
that.
and I think
that
they'll
will-
have a word.
Yeah.
If his poor run continues, then I think they'll have a word, because he is a big player. He needs respect also.
Big
You
match
just can't
player
not-
who's done so well for you in the format. I get it. Yeah, his form is definitely questionable. A lot of people pointing it out also because not been scoring runs for a long time.
And
now.
I agree, nobody is greater than the team. Also, I agree,
Yes.
it's a team game. But I think you just cannot like dump him overnight, so you have to give him that run.
Yeah.
And after the World Cup, if that thing continues, maybe selectors will
Then
say,
they'll have a word.
Because
And you never know, maybe Kohli himself might say
May.
that boss, I
done.
have to retire from this format.
Yeah.
Or if he does not, they'll say that, listen, you continue concentrating on Test and ODI because we have an ODI World Cup coming up.
Yep.
But T20, we want to revamp it, bring in a new
because
team.
by the end of the World Cup in 2023, Kohli and Rohit both will be 36 and 35 respectively.
Yeah.
So either after the 2023 World Cup, they say, okay, we will not focus on white ball cricket, red ball cricket is our focus then for the
Yeah.
next couple of years.
Yeah. Karthik M says selector should rotate top 3 like Dhoni did with Sachin, Sehwag, Gambhir. I'll tell you why he did it and why I don't agree with it. Dhoni's reason for rotating them was because they were playing in Australia. He said big grounds and I can't have liabilities on the field who cannot, because their games are won by making singles into twos and threes, and he thought that if you have a quick fielding side you can actually stop. That was the reason. I don't think that's the problem so much with Virat at least.
One of the fittest.
Yeah, so I don't think that is something that they were, and Rohit is captain, so there answer it. So that can't happen now. He can't take a call like that. But as I said, come on, yeah, it's just a few months to go for the T20.
We'll have to wait and watch.
Yeah, you just wait and watch. And
6 months to go.
take it on the prediction scores, whatever.
Oh boy, this is a very 50-50 kind of way. But I,
have
will
no
say Delhi Capitals 167, but SRH are winning this.
You're winning.
Sunrisers.
Look at the color.
Yeah, he's winning a.
Even though the number of changes DC have made, I feel SRH have the upper hand. But still, I'm going to go with DC. They're going to score 189 and they're going to win it.
You stole my prediction, by the way. I was literally thinking of that same number.
Go
Great
ahead.
minds think alike.
Okay, so I think, let's see, but I think Delhi will score 194, but SRH will somehow chase it down. Don't ask how.
Oh, I go Delhi 170, SRH win.
Yep.
So 3 of you SRH win, I've gone with Delhi.
Austin Kuna says DC 188 and they're winning.
Big boy, the man who's always there for score predictions, also saying 175 DC win.
Yep.
रोहन में डीसी अभी तक डीसी ने 4 मैच जीते हैं, चारों 4 जो जीत हुई है उनमें से 3 ब्रोडन में है।
Yes,
Oh.
they won all their
they
games
were
at
undefeated at
Brabant.
Brabant.
They won all their games at Brabant.
That's a great thing. Brabant.
Brabant
They're
Stadium.
Delhi
Rudresh
fan?
is saying 199 and DC win. A lot of our subscribers have picked DC.
DC fans.
Yes.
Few who have not turned up
Siri
yet.
is supporting SRH, so DC will definitely win.
Pradeep, big time
Nice
troll.
one.
I know. But
Okay.
you don't win it all.
All looking forward to this battle. Yes, Ayan, you're right. It's David Warner versus his previous team. The one that we're looking forward to. So Bhuvi versus Warner, and then
Yep.
Umran versus Rishabh.
Rishabh Pant.
Austin has picked Pant 89, not out today.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay.
Interesting.
We'll see that. See you mid-inning.